Here. Green light on and racing, got them away to a pretty good start. Hawkale, one of the best away. Now one hell of a ride from the outside going through, and Mr. Stewart, the pole marker. These three are going hard into this bottom turn. Mr. Stewart on the inside is the leader from one hell of a ride, the outer. I tell you what, the pace is right on. In behind them is Hawkale, and then Recipe for Dreaming began okay. Don't Tell Errol facing the breeze the outside. Gives Topsy Grinner a bit of a cardinal, and now he eases out three wide. This will allow Topsy Grinner to slide through, get to sit behind Recipe for Dreaming. Don't Tell Errol got toward the tail with Gavolkin, and Stormy Raider toward the tail. Now Mr. Stewart is the leader to the winning post 2 to travel. Lead time is 41.4 as they leave the straight, make their way to the top turn, and Mr. Stewart makes play out in front. Had a bit of an early battle for the lead with one hell of a ride, who now elects to run second. That will force him to face the breeze. Third placing on the inside is Hawkale, Recipe for Dreaming. It's one out, one back. Silk Ben Euler, three back on the pegs, and then Topsy Grinner on the outside of the Miami Heat. The inner behind them is Golofkin, and then Stormy Raider. Last of all, Don't Tell Errol. To the back in 32.2, race 2 at Canberra this evening, and the leader is Mr. Stewart, the pole marker, who's been there virtually from the outset. On the outside, one hell of a ride once again, moves up to put pressure on them. Back in third placing, Hawkale and Recipe for Dreaming. It's had a beautiful card into the race, and then behind them with the bell sounding is Topsy Grinner. Now Topsy Grinner covers a couple of them on the inside, and one of those is Silk Ben Euler. Over on the inside, the Miami Heat, Stormy Raider, and then Gavolkin, and still Don't Tell Errol at the tail of the field. 30 neat, 30 even the score as they leave the straighter. They go toward the 600, and still this pole marker. Mr. Stewart makes play out in front. What hell of a ride on the outside. Once again goes up to put pressure. I tell you what, it's had a fairly torrid run, the one on the outside. It's all one hell of a ride. He's out by 3 parts of a length. Recipe for Dreaming's travelling well. They go past the 400, and that quarter was posted in a smart 28.7 as they go into this bottom turn, and the leader, one hell of a ride, is clear. Now it appears to be between the first 2 or 3. Recipe for Dreaming drops in behind the leader once again. Behind them is Topsy Grinner starting to come into it from back in the field, but as they come into the straight, one hell of a ride's out by 2. In second placing is Recipe for Dreaming and Topsy Grinner, and that's the way they'll finish in race 2. One hell of a ride, Recipe for Dreaming, Topsy Grinner and Stormy Raider. They were followed in by Don't Tell Errol, Miami Heat, and then Hawkale.